I, 29 years, female, knew something was wrong the moment I stepped into our apartment. The air felt different, off. A sickening dread crawled up my spine as I kicked off my heels, my heart pounding harder with every step toward the bedroom. The room was dimly lit, the scent of his cheap cologne still lingering in the air. My hands trembled as I yanked open the drawer of my vanity. Empty. The envelope was gone. My knees almost buckled. That envelope held every penny I had saved for the past 8 months. My baby's future, my emergency fund, my peace of mind. All of it, gone. How stupid I was for not putting it in a bank account. A choked sound escaped my throat, somewhere between a sob and a growl. My husband, Damien, 35 years old, male, had been acting weird lately. Coming home late, making vague excuses about business deals, and avoiding my eyes when I asked him anything about money. I should have known. I should have seen this coming. The bastard stole from me. No, not from me. From our baby. Rage replaced the shock. White-hot, searing rage. My fingers curled into fists as I heard the front door open. He was home. I turned slowly, breathing through my nose, forcing myself to stay calm. Damien strolled in like nothing was wrong, whistling under his breath. He barely spared me a glance before tossing his keys on the counter. "You're home early," he muttered. "Where is it?" My voice was calm, too calm. He froze. "Where's what?" "The money, Damien. Don't play stupid." His jaw tightened. "It was in our shared bedroom, in our home. That makes it marital property." Marital property? I saw red. I launched myself at him before I could think. My hands slammed into his chest, shoving him back against the wall. "You stole from me," I hissed. He grabbed my wrists, yanking me away. "I didn't steal anything. I just borrowed it." "Borrowed?" I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. "How much did you take?" He didn't answer. "Damien," I shook him. "How much?" He exhaled heavily, rubbing the back of his neck. "All of it." I staggered back like he had slapped me. All of it. 8 months of sacrifice, of skipping lunches, working overtime, saving every damn dollar. Gone. "You son of a—" I couldn't even finish the sentence. "What did you do with it?" He had the audacity to roll his eyes. "I invested it." "Invested?" "In a sure thing," he said defensively. "I know this guy." "You know a guy?" I cut him off, my voice rising. "You gambled my money away, didn't you?" He looked away. Guilt flickered in his eyes. I had my answer. Something inside me shattered. "You're disgusting," I whispered. "Relax," he scoffed. "I'll get it back. It's just money." "Just money?" I took a slow breath, forcing my hands to unclench. "You're going to pay me back, Damien. Every last cent." He smirked. "And if I don't?" I smiled. A slow, dangerous smile. "Then I'll make you." His laughter filled the room, mocking and careless. "What are you going to do? Leave me? You're pregnant, babe. You need me." Wrong. He needed me. And by the time I was done, he'd realized just how much. I turned on my heel, grabbing my phone as I walked out of the apartment. It was time to make a call. To someone who could help me make Damien regret ever crossing me. And trust me, he would regret it. Big time. If Damien thought he could steal from me and walk away unscathed, he was about to learn a very painful lesson. I didn't just want my money back. I wanted him to suffer. So I made a call. Not to a lawyer, not to the police, to someone far more effective. Lena picked up on the first ring. "Well, well, if it isn't the sweet little housewife," she purred. "To what do I owe the pleasure?" Lena wasn't just a friend. She was a force of nature. A woman who knew how to handle men like Damien. A woman who had ruined men like Damien. "I need a favor," I said, my voice steady. "A big one." There was a pause, then a slow chuckle. "Oh, sweetheart," she cooed. "I thought you'd never ask." The plan was simple, ruthless, perfect, maybe. Step 1, expose Damien for the lying, cheating, thieving bastard he was. Step 2, leave him with nothing. Step 3, watch him burn. And it all started that very night. Damien was out. probably drowning his stupidity in cheap whiskey, convinced I'd forgive him like I always did. Not this time. While he was gone, Lena and I got to work. We tore through the apartment, collecting every document with his name on it. Bank statements, credit cards, even the shady little notebook he thought I didn't know about, the one where he scribbled down his investments and business deals. It was a mess of overdue payments, bad loans, and names I recognized from late-night news reports. Dangerous names. I snapped photos of everything. Then I opened his laptop. Damien was lazy, predictable, stupid. His password was the same as always. His birthday, followed by my initials. How romantic. I dug through his emails, his messages, his bank account, and then I found it. The final nail in his coffin. An email confirming a wire transfer. The amount, every last dollar he stole from me. The recipient, a man known for breaking kneecaps when debts weren't paid. Oh, Damien, you absolute idiot. Lena leaned over my shoulder, her sharp nails tapping against the desk. Well, well, he really did it this time. I smiled. Let's make sure he regrets it. The next morning, I played my role perfectly. I made breakfast, smiled sweetly, kissed his cheek when he groggily stumbled into the kitchen. He had no idea what was coming. Not when I served him coffee laced with just enough of Lena's special sleeping aid to knock him out for a few hours. Not when I packed a suitcase with all my essentials. Not when I drained our joint account. Because if my money was marital property, then so was his. Not when I left copies of his shady deals, gambling debts, and the transfer to the wrong kind of people, taped to the fridge with a bright red note. Enjoy the consequences, darling. XOXO. And definitely not when I walked out the door, my head high, my pockets full, and my baby's future secured. By the time Damien woke up, groggy and confused, his phone was already exploding with calls. From his bank, from his business partners, and from the man he owed money to, the one who didn't like waiting. I heard he tried to run. I heard they caught him. I heard he begged. But here's the thing about men like Damien. They never think the rules apply to them, until they do, until they learn, too late, that stealing from the wrong person has consequences. And I was free, happy, rich, maybe not in money. And as I walked into my new apartment, Lena grinning beside me, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Safe. Because Damien was finally paying back. Big time.